Hello and welcome back to the Extra Crank. If you're watching this, you've probably not been out on the bike recently. I know I haven't. This cold, wet winter and the latest in a never-ending series of lockdowns have done a pretty good job of eroding the progression I felt that I'd made on the mountain bike in 2020, and with it, my motivation to ride has been at a record low. I'm thinking about making a video series this year on the fitness aspect of mountain biking. It's something I know holds me back and I need to work on it, but that's for another day, so let me know in the comments if that's something you might want to see. All that being said, there are just some things that help me and I think can help you too. A few basic tricks that can flick that switch in your brain and get you into your kit and pedaling your bike, even when it seems that the universe really doesn't want you to. So here are my top 3 mind tricks to help you hop out of that rut right now. First up on my list, smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, well, I'm obviously just kidding, but now you're thinking about it, you might as well. If nothing else, it might expand the visibility of this video and encourage other fence sitters to go and ride their bike, which benefits the whole mountain bike community. Alright, I'm finished. On to my list for real. First up, agree to do it tomorrow. Now, why on earth would I recommend putting it off until tomorrow? Well, if you're lucky enough that your bike is in tip-top health, you're not hungover, your kit is all clean, you've got your food and your tools, then please go ahead and ignore this trick. Still here? Well, go to your garage or wherever you keep your bike, check that the cranks and the headset aren't seized and that there's air in your tyres and the brakes are all working fine. Go find your biking kit, get it out and lay it out. When was the last time you washed out your hydration pack? Now use Strava, Trail Forks, whatever, and work out where you want to go. Enjoy this preparation process if you can. Nothing ruins a day on the bike more than not being prepared. When you are absolutely satisfied you've got all your bases covered, get a good meal, lay off the booze, get an early night, and set that alarm nice and early. If you've done it right, you'll be looking forward to getting up and getting out. In at number 2, you've got to make yourself accountable. Now, I apologise in advance if I come across like I swallowed a manager training handbook here, but if you are accountable for the delivery of something, you are much more likely to achieve it. So what does this mean for mountain biking? Well, if you tell people you're going to go mountain biking this weekend, they may well ask you how it went. And imagine the horror of having to say, well, yeah, I actually binge watched a serial killer documentary on Netflix and ate Doritos. If you take ownership of an action, that feeling of responsibility to deliver might be the push you need to get it done. So this week, why not tell your colleagues, your mates, partners or your parents that you're going to go dig out your mountain bike and brave the weather for a blast at your local woods. If nothing else, it'll get you talking about mountain biking, thinking about mountain biking, and then it's much easier to actually go and do mountain biking. So here we are then. To me, the most important thing that gets me riding my bike after a period off it, and that is expect less of yourself. I know this is another tip that may ruffle a few feathers. It's easy to think that the way to succeed is to constantly push yourself to perform. And this is often the case with mountain biking. It is such a mental game at times. And with the exception of racing, often the only gauge of technical progression is your own perception of the ride you've just done. Did you hit that jump you've been eyeing up for a while? Did you tackle that chute that scares you every time you stand at the top? If the answers keep coming back as no, it is so easy to fall into the trap of thinking, well, I'm not progressing or I've hit my limit. Well, here's the truth. If you haven't ridden for weeks or maybe months, the ground is wet or snowy, and you're cold and you're out of breath, you will probably not progress on your first or maybe even your second day back in the saddle. If you do by some miracle pick up at a higher level than you left off, then the chances are you're just taking more risks and might end up crashing or hurting yourself. If you're thinking about getting back on the wagon, but the fear of regressing back to a lower skill level is putting you off, please just take a conscious step back, accept and embrace that you won't be at your best right now, but go out anyway. Take those chicken lines, pump those doubles, slowly reignite those embers that are left from last summer, and you'll be amazed how quickly you'll be right back where you were. After all, riding a bicycle is, well, like riding a bicycle. So until next time, I have been the Extra Crank, and I'll see you on the next one.